Welcome to episode 6 of Beneath the Hype. Today I'm sitting down with Coach Byron Shemwell. He's a man who's been making an impact on and off the court for years. I've seen firsthand the passion, the discipline, and the leadership that he brings to the game of basketball. Coach Byron's journey started in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, where he grew up before he made his way to Columbia High School in Lake City, Florida, and then moving on to Edward Waters University to play college basketball. His coaching resume is stacked. He's had stints at Mandarin, Ponte Vedra, and Ribault High Schools as an assistant coach, and now he serves as the head coach of Andrew Jackson High School. He's had trips to the state tournament twice as an assistant and once as a head coach, and he also serves as the founder and the director of OTOD basketball. He's also started the JV tournament during his time at Ribault, where he gives the spotlight to up-and-coming hoopers. In this conversation, we're going to dive deep into his story, some of the lessons that he's learned over the years, and the mindset that it takes to build winners on and off the court. So without further ado, let's welcome Coach Byron Shemwell to Beneath the Hype. Coach, I appreciate you being here today. So we're going to just start with your journey, man. Can you walk us through your journey growing up in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, playing high school basketball at Columbia High School? I never knew you went there. That's pretty cool. I have some ties to Lake City and being from Baker County. And then continuing your career at Edward Waters University right here in Jacksonville. How did those experiences turn you into the man you are today?
Man, just from dating back to, back when I was a youngin', picking the basketball up at 5 or 6. You know what I mean? It's something we did every day, pretty much, me and my friends. We played ball every day. Started early, really, loving the game, liking the game of basketball. Back then, you could say liking, because you don't know you love it until, when you get older for real. Just played every day. Had the opportunity to, when I was in high school, to go to University Heights Academy. That's in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. It's a private school out there. That ain't go as planned, so I end up, having to come to Lake City. My mom had moved down. We had stayed down here previous a few years before, because I played middle school at Lake City Middle School too. Actually won a championship in middle school when I was in 6th grade. Started as a 6th grader. So yeah, that was pretty cool, man. Got to high school again. Started as a freshman.
You started winning early in life then. That's good.
Yeah, we were trying to put it together. End up starting as a freshman on varsity in high school. I remember first varsity game, I think I ended up having like 31 or something like that. It was something crazy. We played Swanee. Still remember, played Swanee. And then just going from there, man, my 11th and 12th grade year really wasn't like, I could say my 12th grade year wasn't fun at all. Me and coach used to bump heads a whole lot, so it wasn't fun at all, 12th grade. I was really just playing just because I still like playing basketball. You know what I mean? Had some opportunities, then pan out right, ended up going to a camp. EWC was there. And then that's how I ended up at EWC. They seen me at a camp. And just took it from there, man. Played 4 seasons, scored over 1,000 points, over 1,100 points while I was there. Man, EWC it was cool, man. It's the reason I'm still in Jacksonville today. You know what I mean? End up having my son not leaving. That played a big part of me not leaving Jacksonville as well. And then, kind of like shifted from basketball and got to coaching, just off helping somebody for real. I had no dreams, no nothing to being a coach, because I felt like, well, nobody finna listen to me. Man, I just said all the time, who's finna listen to me, man? Y'all crazy. So started helping someone, end up coaching for Intercession. Coached a couple of teams for them. Then we broke out of that, and then we started OTOD. And then, OTOD then ran the last 10 years from nothing to what it is today. I think the OTOD platform kind of like put me in a situation where I knew I could coach basketball. You know, and then I actually coached at Harvest. A lot of people don't know that. I coached at Harvest Community School first.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I was the middle school coach over there.
Okay.
And then I ended up bumping into McLeod. I think we was at Bowles for a summer league game, and some of the OTOD kids played on Mandarin, and I went over there. We talked about it, and I went on as assistant. I think I was assistant for JV first, that first year, kind of sort of. And then the second year, I helped with varsity a little bit more. Yeah, one of them deals. And then I kind of like got out of Mandarin, and I ended up going to Reball. Reball was fun too. I had fun at Reball too. That was a lot of fun coaching at Reball. They had guys. Even at Mandarin, it was fun at Mandarin because you had guys like Will Spriggs, Quay Young, Benny. You know what I mean? You had some guys like that made it fun. Then you go to Reball, you got a young Caleb Williams who, you know what I mean, just getting to high school.
Right.
That was fun. Along with all the other guys, we had over there that was already there. The 2 years at Ball was cool, man. I had a good time at Ball. You know what I mean? I always got a lot of love for Ball, for real. And
what was since we're on this subject, this was actually one of the questions that I had. What was your favorite? I know you spent a lot of time at each of those schools. So, like, what would you say was one of your most favorite places to coach, and maybe a favorite memory that you had?
Probably PV, man, because I learned so much. You know what I mean? There was so many guys around, and I could soak up so much of that knowledge. You know what I mean? Compared to at Reball, just me, Showers, and Mark. You know what I mean? So, at PV, it was 6, 7 of us. All them guys from Kip to Ben, all them guys, they got high level college experience, around college guys. So PV was cool. And probably my favorite memory was going to the Final Four this year with the Tigers. Yeah. This whole season was special, man. It was fun, man.
That's awesome. So I want to go ahead.
As far as like my favorite place to coach, it is Andrew Jackson. It is. I have a lot of fun.
Good. That's one thing that we always have to have, whether you're playing, whether you're coaching. If you're not loving it, if you're not having fun, you might want to look for something else to do.
Facts.
I want to go back, take a step back real quick, though. You said in your senior year, you had some difficulties with your coach. What does that look like?
Yeah.
Like, what caused those issues? And was it some selfish, behavior on your part as a youngster, or was it some literal combatantness between you and the coach?
Honestly, I don't even know what the friction was about. I just know it was just some friction. You know what I mean? I don't even know what. Cause me and him ain't really never sat down and had no conversation about it, for real. You know what I mean? He told me some time ago and apologized about, how it went. He said, say he was kind of childish back then. But I don't really know what the riff was really about. I just know we had a problem. And it carried over to the court. And it carried over to, sometimes I'm saying something crazy. You know what I mean? In practice. Man, it was just, back then it should have been a conversation had, like, what's the problem? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah, it should have been some conversation. But my senior year, it was bad, man. I ain't have fun at all. And we had a good team. We actually had a team I feel like we could have won state. We had a very, very good team, dog.
So that's the point that I was getting to. I want people to understand, like, when you have a problem man to man, you just go talk to him man to man in private, and y'all handle that situation so it doesn't bleed into the rest of the team, to the games, to practice.
Yeah.
As men, that's what we have to do.
Some of the teammates seen it too. They seen how it was, dog. It was like some days I could be doing nothing at all, and it'll be towards me. You know what I mean? I'll be like, man, what is going on? Yeah, but back then, I was still stubborn and kind of childish too, so I was feeding into the pity.
Exactly.
And, it wasn't good. That's why I try so hard to make sure my seniors all the time have a great senior year, because that's it, man. That could be it for some. You never know.
For sure.
And you don't want that memory to be a bad memory where you where it wasn't fun for you.
Exactly. All right. So next question is, who were some of your biggest influences during your playing and your coach's journeys? You've already mention some names, but what were some of the most important lessons that they gave you along the way? I'll just cut it off on that. So, what were some important lessons that they gave you along the way?
Uh, some of my biggest influences was really to start my mom and my wife. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Cause they some grinders too. They some go getters. So they keep me on my toes when I'm in one of the moves. They be like, "No, just get back at it." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Shout out
them
to
two.
your wife too for 20K followers, bro. That's
Oh yeah,
crazy.
man. She doing her thing over there, man. She doing her thing. You know, I try to stay out of her way and let her grind a little bit. You know what I mean? And just support where I can.
Definitely.
She doing her thing though.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Proud of her.
But man, to go back to the biggest influences, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. Kip Rediman was a big influence for me, dog. At Ponte Vedra, like sitting beside him and just some of the conversations, you know what I mean, we would have. It, it 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 cleaned up some of the stuff that was foggy. You know what I mean? It can just be just any basic conversation, but it can relate back to the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
There was a lot of conversations had, and I think at one point I said when I left from over there, I was like, man, kids, they should have mic'd us up all season. I bet they would have found out a whole lot of stuff. I think I told him that.
Nuggets after
Told him one
nuggets.
day. Yeah, but nah, he was a good influence. Just sitting beside him, dog, just soaking up the game. You know what I mean? Him. Hey, you can do this on here, on this right here. You can, and then you go try it for yourself, and it works. You be like, man, you can flip this 3, 4 different ways.
And then that's what you give to the next group of guys.
Yeah. So yeah, he was a big influence.
That's great.
My guy Ben too. He was a big influence too, because you know he didn't won a couple titles before. Just on the way to get there, the way you navigate getting there. You know what I mean? From your strategy to your guys, how they feel. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So different little stuff like that, man, that I always paid attention to. I ain't when I went to PV, it was so many of them. I said, man, don't come out here and don't do nothing. You better take something with you when you leave.
Right.
When I just sat back, I
Like,
soaked
I'm
up.
just gonna stand back and watch.
Yeah, I soaked up a whole lot of game. I soaked up a whole lot of game. I gave some
Yeah.
game too, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So it was mutual, but I soaked up a lot of game though.
Yeah, no, that's the goal, man. You give your inputs when you feel it's necessary, and we've learned a lot through this game of basketball and through the people who mentored us and coached us. So we have to share that knowledge. That's why they gave it to us.
Mhm.
You know, it's not for us to hold on to, but we also need to soak up from those other people who've had better experiences and more experiences
Yeah.
than we have. That's the whole goal. All right, so what you kind of already mentioned this as well. You just helping people. You had that one athlete that you started helping that got you into intercession, but you know, what is the ultimate reason? What first inspired you to step into coaching after playing at Edward Waters? And you know, what keeps you passionate, so passionate, because you are pretty passionate about it after so many years of coaching.
Well, nothing inspired me to start coaching because I never wanted to be a coach to begin with.
Perfect.
So I don't know what I was just being a friend to somebody, you know, helping them out. You know, rest in peace to Dex, man. He the one really like put me on because I went and helped him one day. You know what I mean? So um, man, what keep me going now is just man, just maintaining it. And now that I'm a head coach, is really now just trying to get that state championship, man. It's just like I know it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of focus. You gotta do certain things to be able to get there first off, and then just to get over the hump. You know, records back. I went twice back to back with Ponte Vedra, but it feels a little different when you have your own staff and your staff can help you get there after you know what I mean, help somebody get there as well. So now it's just really just motivating, keeping the kids positive, making sure they're in a safe and fun environment, and just being a vessel for them for real.
Yep. That's definitely what it boils down to at your level
Yeah,
for sure.
you know, and again, we got another good group, man. And when you got a good group of kids, man, they're so easy to be around that you just want to be around them. You know what I mean? You want to make sure they doing what they're supposed to do to have the opportunity to go play college ball if they want to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even if it ain't basketball, you still want to be able to forward them the opportunity to go do whatever they want to do, whether it's assisting them with some help on some places they can apply to versus helping them with their homework. You know what I mean? So, man, it's just when they get kids, man, they just so easy to be around.
Yep. That's true, man. It provides so much fulfillment and just that's what I get out of it. You know, like I love coaching, I love winning, I love the game of basketball, the game of football, but it's like the fulfillment that it brings you from helping that kid move on to the
Yeah,
next level or make that light bulb come on, you know, when that
yeah.
he realizes he can actually do it or she, you know. All right, so next we're going to talk about something that's you know pretty important to you. While you were at Reball, you started the JV tournament. You know that gives the young and up and coming hoopers a spotlight before the season begins. What impact do you think this tournament has had on developing those younger players?
Uh, First and foremost, I'm gonna say this would be the 5th year. Last year wasn't able to have it because we had some conflict with some dates, but we got it back in order this year. I think for me, the start of course, at that time I was a JV coach. And I used to look at the schedule and be like, dang, man, they just play all these games and they don't really get to play for nothing. Like, that's boring. So I went to Showers and I told Showers, I said, hey, man, I think I could put this JV tournament together. It was like, I put it together in like 2 weeks. No lie. It was like 2 weeks. I'm like, I think I can do it, man. He was like, man, if you can do it, do it. He said, what's the date? I gave him the date. He was like, go ahead. Put all the teams together, let me know. So we ended up pulling it off, and man, it was fun. And then you just start getting more people want to be a part. You know what I mean? You want to play in at the end of the season, JV tournament.
Oh,
And
it's at
the
the
push,
end. I said beginning.
huh?
I said beginning. It's at the end.
You said beginning?
Yeah, when I first started, I said at the beginning of the season. It's at the end of the season. Duh.
No, no. See, to go back to that, the JV showcase is at the beginning of the season. It's in December, actually.
Oh, okay.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Yeah, see, the
Good.
JV show
Okay. Good.
it's just think of JV games where everybody just pretty much whoever want to get in, bring their JV teams out and
That's
just
right.
showcase.
I thought you had something preseason, and then this is at the end, so we can
Yeah,
fix all
yeah.
that.
You got the JV showcase. That's actually December 13th.
Okay, cool. So
Gonna be
let's
another good.
start over on that question real quick.
I,
Yeah. All right. So while you were at Reball, and this is something that's pretty special to you. You started the JV tournament. You know, what inspired you? Oh, no, hold on. I'm going to ask it just like I did before. While you at Reball, you started the JV tournament. This is something that's special to you. You know, this gives a spotlight to the young up and coming hoopers at the end of the season, and it gives them something to play for. So what impact do you think this is having on the younger players?
I think the JV tournament is good, man. Um, it gives them an opportunity to play for something at the end of the season. You know, when I first started, that was the main thing. You know, when I looked at the schedule and was like, man, they just playing games and nothing in the end. You know what I mean? So I got with Showers and we put it together in like 2 weeks. And then just ever since then, it's just been an annual thing. You know, wasn't able to get to it this year because of some conflict in the dates, but this year, I mean last year, the dates conflicted, so I wasn't able to have it. But this year we're gonna have it January 24th. It's the Saturday after the Gateway Conference Championship game. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then you come with the JV tournament. So it's always that weekend. We try to keep it that weekend because the Gateway that weekend, you know, just try to tie it all in together.
Right.
But
Yeah,
we
it
also,
makes sense. Makes sense.
yeah, but you know, we also got the JV showcase.
Okay.
Started doing that's on December 13th. And
That's
we
at the
just do
beginning
that.
of the season.
Yeah. And we do that
Okay.
just to highlight all the JV teams who want to come out and play. Uh,
Definitely.
you get to see, you know, anywhere between 10 and 16 JV teams. You know what I'm saying? Take the floor. So it'd be fun too. They play hard,
Yeah.
so always fun just to sit and watch and be a part of it.
Definitely a lot of good exposure for them too, and give them some more games to
Yeah,
play. JV seasons are a little bit shorter, so it leaves them wanting some more basketball. So both of
yeah.
these opportunities provide them that, gives them some more time to develop and get better at their games. That's great. That's great. All right, so let's move on, man. You alluded to how special this is to you when you took on your current role as head coach at Andrew Jackson. What were the biggest goals you had for that program, and how have those goals evolved over time?
Man, listen, man. We knew going in that it wasn't gonna be easy. No, they had a coach for 15 years, man. So you had to get the people to be able to accept change as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
So just going in, we knew like we got to keep the tradition going. We got to win. I mean, we got to win no matter what. We got to win. We had some goals, posted on the board during the season. I think it was win the Fatagra, win the Battle of the Island, win the Christmas tournament, win the Gateway, win the district, win the region, state Final Four, in the championship court. And we marked out quite a few goals that we had. Some we missed out on, but that's a part of the journey. And I think, for us going to the Final Four in our first season, that speaks a lot of what's more in store for Andrew
That's
Jackson.
huge.
You know what I mean? That was a special group, man. That was a special group of kids. You know what I mean? They came to work. They worked hard. They worked hard.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, this year was fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so there's a strong basketball tradition there. How do you honor that history while still putting your stamp on this program?
See, I like to win. You know what I mean? It don't matter. I like to win. You know what I mean? So that part of the game ain't gonna never change. So you ain't gonna never see me
Right.
not trying to win. You know what I mean? But just keep showing people what we got as a staff, man. You know what I mean? And what we do. You know what I mean? We're not gonna try to be. We're not gonna try to be nobody else. We gonna be who we are as well as coaches. You know what I mean? Will we make mistakes along the way? Yes, of course we will, just like everybody else. But we gonna keep pushing. But I think just us being who we are authentically, not trying to be nobody else, not trying to do it nobody else's way, being able to do things our way, and being fine with the outcome of how we do it. I think that's what keeps us going.
Definitely.
But the developing, winning, sending kids to college is the ultimate thing on the list for us. So if we can always do all three, that's how we still have fun.
For sure. All right, so you're not only a coach at Andrew Jackson, you're the director and you're the founder of OTOD.
Yeah.
How did OTOD start? You alluded to it a little bit earlier. And what's your vision for the program's future?
Oh man, you got me with that one. OCL started back in 2016, man. We started in the PAL. And when we first started, we used to get beat all the time. Like we used to get beat all the time. And then just gradually over the years, we started getting players who could play the game and came in and helped the program and turned the program around for us. The vision at first was to take the underrated guys, the guys who got looked over, and try to help. You know what I mean? Because that's what we started with at first. Guys
Right.
who was average guys. And then, as the development came and as the program grew, you started to see, some of the better guys filling in. And for the people who don't know, OTFD is like a family, man. It's like one big family for real. The way we used to travel back then was in a pack for real. We'll be 4 or 5 vans going to a tournament.
I've
You know
seen
what I
it.
mean? You know what I mean? So we was like we like a family for real. And I think for some, when you come in and get that family culture, it'd be hard to get away from it. You know what I mean? But still in the aspect, you family, but you still got to go get better. If you call
Yep.
yourself family, you do what I'm saying? So on the basketball side, you start to see, like I say, the better guys come in. helped the program blossom. Um, we started going to dynasty tournaments. You know what I mean? At Disney. And then we gradually grew to not playing in the city at all, going to big shots, going to prep groups. You know what I mean? Then was the ones that really kind of like helped us put our first group of kids in school. And it's been fun ever since, man. Been fun ever since. I know I said last year this summer was it for me. And yeah, it is. I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna step away for a minute and just watch the program. You know what I mean? Direct the program, making sure we still going to the places we need to go to. But just taking a break. I've been 10 years strong, man. So I think
Yeah,
a
that's a
break
long
need.
time, man.
Yeah. So
And it's
and man,
different, man. It's a different grind. AAU is a different grind than high school basketball. So that leads into the next question is, what are the unique challenges that you see between the differences of high school and travel ball and AAU circuits and things like that? What are some of the challenges that you face and some of the differences?
well, the travel ball aspect, man, for one, it costs to travel. You know what I mean? And that could be a heavy burden on somebody. You know what I mean? Who really ain't got it. Who trying to
Right.
keep up. Who want their kids to keep up. You know what I mean? And us, we on a independent, kind of sort of like a small scale. And it still costs for us to go just to the places we going to. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's one thing. You know, me, I'm always one of the ones who try to keep it fair and try to just keep it affordable for the parents. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get no money out of it. I ain't trying to get rich. No, nothing like that. I try to keep it affordable for the kids just to make sure we can get there. We can eat. We got somewhere to stay. We can go play your basketball game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
always about. You know what I mean? Making sure we got all those things in line. And after that, anything after that was, plus.
For
But for
sure.
the last, we done had some good parents for over the last 10 years, man. Every organization have bad parents, but for the most part, we had a lot of good parents, man, who sacrificed a lot for their kids.
Now that's a big, big dynamic of the overall picture, man. If your parents aren't supportive and if they're just creating
Yeah,
animosity, it makes it hard for coaches and the players, but
it
if you
does.
have them and they're encouraging, they're supportive, and they're on board with your vision and goals, then it makes everything work a lot smoother.
And then, like, with high school, you don't got all that travel. You know what I mean? You pretty much in your area. You may
Right.
go out of town, a couple weekends, but it ain't like 2, 3 weekends out the month in a 3,
Ooh,
4 month span where you going out of town. So AAU is fun because you know what I mean. It's basically it's you and the guy. You know what I mean? On one mission, trying to get some exposure to have the opportunity to go to college. The thing with high school is every time you go play, you may not be in front of nobody, but you still got to play.
right.
You know what I mean? You're not in that A atmosphere where it could potentially be somebody in there watching you. You know what I mean? Some high school games, you can go to a high school game, it's just your family, everybody family, nobody for
Right.
real. But you still
Nobody
got
else.
to home. And I think for high school, as far as like the recruiting side, it take a hit because them coaches ain't being able to come out like that because they got games as well. You know what I mean? So it's different. It's for sure different.
Definitely. But one thing that you keep alluding to is fun. So that's a theme of our conversation is that we need to have fun while we're doing whatever we're doing. I
Yeah,
like that.
for sure.
All right. So you just answered the next question. How do you adapt your leadership style, coaching disciplines between structured high school basketball and the faster, more open AAU style? I know you said you're taking a step back, but maybe for some up and coming coaches on both ends of the spectrum, give them a little bit of advice on how adapt the leadership style between the two.
Honestly, it's the same, dog. Like the discipline don't change. the level of respect don't change. Everything really the same, man. Like for my kids, you hear me calling my kids all the time because they are my kids. I'm around them all the time. So
Yep.
I just try to make sure we teach them more than just basketball. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that ball can stop dribbling. You know what I mean?
Anytime.
You got to keep living though. So I try to, keep them core values of being a respectful human being to people, treat people the right way. You know what I mean? Always teamwork. For me, if we all can get our hands on, get in it, they can get done quicker.
Definitely.
Just being stand up young men, man. You know what I mean? Just treat them like, I don't know. Like I said, they're my kids, man. So I kind of like, it's kind of different for me.
Yeah, we're not just coaches, man. We're father figures to these boys, and some of them don't have fathers in the home, so we have to be a good example for them.
Bruh, all that. You're gonna be all that. So
Everything.
you better be able to be ready to take on all them titles when you sign up to go be a coach. But that's
For
what
sure.
you're gonna be. But you gotta be. You know what I mean?
You have to.
Because when they can't lean on nobody, they sure enough finna come lean on you and ask you what's up.
Yep. It's so cool. I haven't been on the sidelines for a while. I've been trying to do other things to be a part of the game. But they still call you coach, man. It don't matter how long you've been away. When they talk to you,
that title don't leave.
It never leaves, bro. So it's something so special, man. It means so much to them. It means so much to us. So it's very important in this world. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this right here. So everyone can see how special this game of basketball and sports in general is to these kids out here and how much they need us. All right. So moving forward, share a moment in your career, whether being an assistant coach, a head coach, or with OTOD that you think you were tested the most. Maybe something that almost caused you to quit. Give us something that was hard and that you had to push through and some adversity, man. Let's hear it.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something, right? Before I got to Jackson, I had applied for like quite a few jobs, for real. And this was over the years. I used to be like, there's no way they ain't giving me a shot with my resume. I thought my resume was good at the time. You know what I mean? I thought I was legit. I had 2 back-to-back districts at Mandarin. I was like, I should be qualified. If men came out, went to Balt, applied for some more stuff at Balt, I said again, like, man, I should be qualified. And it was a time I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, because I feel like I'm getting looked over or something ain't right. And then I had to, like take a step back and be like, maybe it just wasn't my time. You know what I mean? But I say this all the time too. Even if I would have got them jobs back then, I wouldn't have did nothing because I ain't know enough. I thought I did, and I didn't until like a couple of years ago coming out. I was like, man, back then I ain't know nothing compared to what I do now. So I think it was a good thing that it didn't happen then because back then I would have been a terrible head coach.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe you would have fumbled the opportunity. You weren't ready.
I would have. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready back then. Like even mentally, as far as maturity, I don't think I was ready back then.
Yeah, that's a great perspective, man. Because our minds, they make us think things that aren't real sometimes.
From the time, man, I remember telling my wife that, like, man, I'm done with this. All right, I'm gonna keep doing this. But I got to a point I was like, man, I'm helping everybody else win but myself. The selfish me was saying that. I'm helping everybody win but myself. I can't even get a job. This crazy, beating myself up about it. And then finally I was just like, you know what? Just ride and just embrace what you're doing and just enjoy the journey. And I think once I finally calmed down and enjoyed the journey, I got what I wanted. And it turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah, man, we got to love what's right in front of us before God will give us the big picture, So I'm in that season of life too. I don't think I'm meant to be selling cars, but I'm going to be my best at it while I'm here. I'm going to do
Right.
my best and I'm going to try and sell as many doggone cars as I can.
Facts.
But all right, so we'll move on. I love it. I love it, man. That's a great perspective to have. What do you think young athletes need most from coaches today? We've already talked about it, but specifically beyond just basketball skills, um, you know, go back and say, tell us what you think young athletes need most from us, from coaches.
Honestly, I think it's support in some area. It don't got to be in all areas. It got to be a support in some areas as pertaining to the kid. Like you got to know your kids. You can't just have them just come play basketball.
Right.
Because to me, when they just come play basketball, it's a disconnect between you and them anyway, because they just here for the basketball. Like you got to sit down and talk to them, see what they got going on day to day. You know what I mean?
The growth
Yeah,
happens
even if
behind the
it's
scenes.
the conversation off the record, and you got to be real with them. Tell them
Yeah.
the truth. You know what I mean? I just try to tell the truth and be there for them when they want to talk or if they need something. You know what I mean?
Because
Like I
in
said,
those moments when they are going through things and you need them to hear you out and listen to you, if they don't have that trust and that bond, they're not going to listen.
right.
So we have to be present for them and we have to be there in times of need that don't involve basketball.
You can't just hear them. You got to be an active listener, though. You know what I
Right.
mean? You got to be effective communicator on both sides when you
For
deal
sure.
with teenagers these days. You know what I mean?
And
So
your career in life, I'm sure helps you with that a lot, being able to relate to them and be an active listener.
I've been supposed to tell you that. I'm supposed to
Huh?
tell you I was the janitor at the school up the street.
Okay.
We're supposed to give you the cheat code. But yeah, now, yeah, man, doing what I do, being around kids all the time kind of help. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's a good thing. So, yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Where was I? So, all right, so stepping into the personal life realm, how do you personally stay grounded and motivated outside of basketball, especially during these long seasons, man? Because it takes a lot of work, like you said, and you're constantly with your kids. You're probably with the boys more than you are with your own family sometimes. So, how do you balance that, and how do you personally stay grounded and motivated through those times?
Man, my kids, my wife, and my family, man, pretty much. My son play football, so I get a break from basketball where I could just go be a dad and just sit in the stand and just shut up. You know
That's
how to
awesome.
be. I don't get in their way, man. It's to the point now I just drop them off at practice and I just keep it moving, man. He in middle school, so uh now I'm at the point to where I feel like I don't got to sit there and watch them coach you. I want them to allow them to coach you. So I may go sit at one or two practices and then, but I'm sitting so far that it don't, you don't even know I'm really there because I ain't in the way. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? But I want them to be able to be coached, however they say fit. As long as I ain't doing nothing in danger, coach will be coached. So,
Exactly.
shout out to all the football coaches who then pretty much got him to where he at today too. You know what I mean? Then with my wife, just going out, just spending time, having a good time. We like to have a good time. So just doing that kind of like mellows me out. And some Sundays not doing nothing at all, just sitting at the house. You know what I mean?
You
Just
gotta
to
have
refocus.
those days, man.
I sit down, may play a little PUBG, may play a little 2K, and then carry on.
There you go. There you go.
My
All
other two
right.
kids,
So,
so they off in school, so they ain't here like this.
what schools are they at?
We at Clark, Atlanta, and then my son was at TC.
Okay. Okay. I went to Tallahassee Community College for a
Yeah,
spell.
uh-huh. He
That's
was
pretty
getting ready
cool,
to
man.
do, he getting ready to do some different stuff now, though. You know what I mean? So
That's good, man. It means you're doing good by them. You've been a good dad. And it's great that you get to have that time with them when you need it most. So, if you could give one piece of advice to the young athletes out here today, what would it be?
Just keep working, man. Even when you don't think nobody's looking, just keep working. Just keep getting better. Be coachable. Listen to the good people around you. Listen to the good people around you. Don't. And main thing is don't get caught up looking into somebody else's mirror. You know what I'm saying? Know who you are, know what you need in your game, and just go work on it. Don't be discouraged because the guy next to you got 2 offers and you don't got none. It may not be your time yet, but just keep working.
Right. Comparison is the thief of joy. I've said it so many times, man.
It is, man. It is, man. It can get you distracted.
For sure, for sure.
Distracted.
Well, Coach, I know you got some things to get back to today, man. I really appreciate you jumping on here with me today and sharing some of your story and some life lessons that many people can definitely take and use in their walk in life. Coach Byron, thank you again, and we look forward to seeing what you guys do this season.
Man, I appreciate you for having me on, man. Maybe you need to come out and shoot a show in the Tigers Den doing a game.
We will. I'm going to talk to you about that soon, and I plan on being around and making some cameo appearances this season in some schools, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Look, we got a big time preseason coming up. It's gonna be crazy. November 14th, November 15th. It's gonna be crazy.
Definitely. What are those dates again? November 14th?
Yes, sir.
There you go. Well,
all levels of guys in there, D1, from D1 to NAIA, D3, JUCO, D2s. Each team got some guys who can go play on the levels. You know what I mean? So.
And where is this going to be held?
Andrew Jackson.
All right, so it's going to be at Andrew Jackson High School, November 14th and 15th. Y'all come out and support the boys and see some great basketball being played. But until next time, you guys, this has been episode 6 of Beneath the Hype.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir. Have a good day, bro.
You too, dog.
That's a wrap on episode 6 of Beneath the Hype. Big thank you to Coach Byron Shemwell for dropping some gems and sharing his journey. From growing up in Kentucky to building a legacy as a coach and a leader right here in Jacksonville, Florida. If today's conversation inspired you, make sure you subscribe to the show and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, keep growing, keep grinding, and keep living beneath the hype.